everybody! This is Dudley Moore. I wanted to tell you about the show you're about to listen to. What was it called?
Slapping Cinema.
Slapping. Oh, it's violent, isn't it? Slapping Cinema. So let's get slapping.
Hey!
Oh,
Hello!
welcome to episode 7 of Slapping Cinema.
7.01B.
Yes, I'm Giles Hall,
And I'm Rob Hughes.
and we have a special guest with us tonight, a good friend, Mr. Luke Aldridge. Say hello.
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 He did that well.
He did that well.
He's a virgin.
That was his first line.
I've been broken in.
Yeah, always bleeding.
Well,
he's not really bleeding.
That's a bit violent.
Yeah. It's already been a violent show. Dudley Moore doesn't like it.
no.
He hates it.
No, I don't like it. We gotta get into so many things in a bit of a different way because we already recorded this show.
Well, we
didn't record it. We already performed it.
Yeah, but my computer didn't work, and it didn't record properly. And it was the best ever one ever.
Indeed.
I was on top form as well.
Yeah.
I'll never be on top form.
Well, we'll bring up the same topics and see if we can actually rehash this, but we'll do our best. But anyway, go right into births, marriages, and deaths. No births, no marriages that we can actually say. Deaths as usual. Lou Reed.
Yeah.
Lou Reed died. He's probably in an Andy Warhol film. That's why we bring him up. But he was cool.
Right. It was cool.
He was
Yeah,
very
which
cool.
one?
He will be missed, and his coolness will be missed.
Yeah.
Now, this one we talked about quite a lot, and let's see if we could get Luke to talk about this with us as well. Hal Needham.
I know who that is because we talked about him the other day, but I knew who he was anyway. Yeah.
Yes. Are you aware of the legend that is Hal Needham?
Who?
A cannonball run.
He was a stunt man.
Will him be there?
No. Hal Needham was the director of those films.
Ah, right, okay.
And he was a stunt man in over 5,000 different things before that. And then, do you remember the film Hooper with Burt Reynolds?
Yeah.
That's basically a biography of Hal Needham.
Of Hal Needham.
That film.
Right.
And then he started directing films, and the first one he got his hands on was Smokey and the Bandit.
Smokey and the Bandit, yeah.
We got a long way to run and a short time to get there.
We didn't do that in the original record of this. Well, non-recorded.
No, that's right.
But that's allowed.
What we will talk about, which we did before, was he did something that no director did at the time, which was put the blooper or gag reel at the end during the credits.
Yeah.
And making movies look really, really fun.
Which it probably was.
Yeah, definitely.
And other films have tried it since, but I don't know, those ones are classics.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Have you seen Anchorman? They have the end credits blooper reel, and at one point they actually show a scene from Smokey and the Bandit with Burt Reynolds fucking up his lines with Sally Field.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with the film Anchorman,
yeah.
but they threw it in there as a sort of nod.
It
worked.
Well, it was a big nod.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't they create ones for the Disney animated films?
Oh, the Pixar films.
Yeah, the Pixar ones.
Yeah,
they do the same thing, don't they?
a lot of time and effort goes into those fuck ups.
Yeah.
That's the weird thing
A
about
whole
it.
team.
1 second.
Yeah.
I just realised.
Oh,
But never mind.
doesn't want to switch the oven off, Giles. Switch it off.
I've switched it off. Another lady we briefly mentioned before, but Marsha Wallace. She was a sitcom actress in America in mainly the 70s and 80s. But we know her mainly as Mrs. Crabapple from The Simpsons.
Oh, right, okay.
Bart's teacher.
What?
Yeah.
The Simpsons was made into a movie, so that's why. What other films was she in?
Oh, right, yeah.
She was in other films, but nothing that we probably would notice. But a lot of people from The Simpsons have died, and they found ways to write them off. Sometimes they kill characters anyway, but it's usually a character voiced by...
No, I was only watching The Simpsons the other day as well and thought that she sounded pretty rough.
As
her voice has got older. You know, she didn't sound like she used to.
Oh, Mrs. Crabapple's on her way out.
God, I thought, bloody hell, she's sounding rough. Like
that was the only voice she did on there, and most of the characters all their voices are done by one person.
Yeah.
But there's a handful of them that do almost every voice on there. But she was one of the few who only did one.
Right.
And luckily, she's already recorded a year's worth of episodes before her death. Wow. So they'll find a way to get rid of her, but they probably won't kill her off, the studio says.
Right.
Anyway, like they did with Phil Hartman's characters. Phil Hartman, we talked about him before.
Yeah. Pissing in the bitches
that guy.
Not many people say that.
But he did Lionel Hutz, Attorney at Law, and Troy McClure.
Yeah.
You might remember me from such films as P is for Psycho and The President's Neck is Missing. Smoke yourself thin and get confidence, stupid. Anyway, Marsha Wallace on the list of dead Simpsons people. She will be missed. Okay, movie news. We're going to talk about 80s remakes.
Whoa.
Which does come up quite often.
It does, because they remake films from the 80s all the time.
Like Carrie, it's out at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Even though that was from the 70s.
70s. I know, 70s.
79, was it? 78?
About 76, I thought.
Really?
It was pre-Grease.
It could have been.
It was pre-Grease.
It's pre-Grease because of Travolta's hair in it, yeah.
What does he do in that film? It's weird.
It's so weird. You know, I just take the sledgehammer and I just sort of hit this pig over the head with it. It's really weird.
Yeah,
oh! And that's where they get the blood for Carrie that they dump on her.
Yeah, pig.
Original.
I have seen it, but...
But it would have fucking... why don't you just go into an abattoir and say, "Guy, have a bucket of blood, please"?
Yeah.
But fucking killing a pig in order to get it, that's a bit fucked up, even for a high school kid.
It's better than killing sort of like humans or something.
Which Carrie does later on.
Yeah, well,
as a result of the pig's blood.
She's got the power.
Indeed. But we got, you know the actress's name, you can say it better than me.
Chloe Grace Moretz.
Yes. Playing Carrie.
Kick-Ass Girl, what's her name? No, Kick Girl. Hit Girl.
Hit Girl. Kick-Ass Girl.
Kiss Girl.
She was in Hugo as well.
Was she?
Yeah. Didn't see that, Scorsese?
No, I didn't.
I haven't seen it.
Let Me In.
Let Me In. I haven't actually seen that one. I haven't seen either of those films.
Good films. The two of them are.
I do need to see those.
They're exactly the same, basically.
She'd be playing Carrie, and Julianne Moore is Carrie's mum.
Julianne Moore, Boogie Nights.
Julianne Moore, Lost World, Jurassic Park 2.
My God.
Hannibal.
There's a second island. I can't believe it. Well, they did 2 islands. I never tried that before.
I tried to do a Jeff Goldblum a while back, but that's a particularly good one.
My God, they didn't just do the one. What they went into 2 islands. That was shit. Sorry.
That is chaos.
Evolution will find a way. It always does.
He hasn't been in a film for a long time.
No, he's dead. We just forgot to put it in the Birth, Marriages and Death.
I saw him in
I died
on Top Gear last season.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. That's the last thing I saw.
Well, that counts. He was in Blockbuster after Blockbuster.
But
then
he's been doing a lot of West End stuff at the moment. I think he is actually living in London at the moment.
Oh, right.
As a sort of resident while he's doing tours.
Like Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, Kevin Spacey. He now runs the Old Vic. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Theatre completely pointless because most people don't get to see it. Therefore, you've forgotten forever. This isn't called slapping theatre. Did you go and see the latest?
It's called treading the boards.
Yeah. Pretentious, boring. Yeah. I have to use my imagination when I go to theatre. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, hell no.
I want the filmmakers to do it for me.
These
What?
sets of shit.
That brings something up. I saw Warhorse the other day, which I hadn't seen before.
Andy Warhorse.
Andy Warhorse.
Yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch and a slew of other people.
Yeah.
Spielberg's Warhorse.
Loki.
And I remember hearing before watching the film that it was a play originally.
Yeah. Who plays the horse in the play?
Well, that was it. How the
is it a back end of a donkey job?
Well, I had to
I think it's 2 men. Yeah.
I had to ask somebody who'd seen it, and apparently they actually have like an animatronic horse or 2 animatronic horses, and
I've seen it. Yeah, it's a weird skeleton type affair thing. It's made out of metal, and they've got I think about 2 or 3 people that work it. But it looks really realistic.
They said it looked very realistic, that it was a real horse and everything like that. But it blew my mind watching this film. I said, how the fuck can they do that on stage?
Yeah.
A horse running from bunker to bunker with fucking barbed wire attached to it and shit like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of leeway in the theatre.
Exactly.
It would have been shit.
I did a stage version of Reservoir Dogs once, and that was extremely easy
well, it's
to
doable
do.
because there's nothing, you know.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where it's set.
You insinuate there was gunfire at some point. Cops! Make noises and shit like that.
Like a fucking virgin. Sounds like Mr. Shit. Yeah.
I had to be Mr. Blonde. I had to do the ear cutting scene.
Yeah? Torture you. I like that.
I had to do that to Stuck in the Middle with You.
Running around.
It was so much fun.
Yeah?
But anyway. Sequels. It's almost Christmas season. One of the ultimate Christmas movies was
Santa Claus the movie.
Santa Claus the movie. And Dudley Moore!
Yeah! Hey, I'm an elf! I'm a pissed up elf! Hey kids, come and sit on my knee! Oh. Jesus.
Well, John Lithgow, for free!
I never liked Christmas anyway.
For free!
There's something out there on the wing.
I was thinking of something. There's something on the wing of this plane!
I tell you, it's there. Terrible.
I love Creedence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Twilight Zone, the movie.
Do you want to see something scary?
Heard you had quite a scare up there.
Do you want to see something really scary? I saw that when I was a kid and it shit me the fuck.
I'd love to talk about that. Let's fuck off what we're talking about.
What were we talking about?
I was going to talk about the sequel of It's a Wonderful Life that was going to happen, but then last minute.
But you did say a nice story about Jimmy Stewart.
Jimmy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're going to make a sequel to It's a Wonderful Life. Some company got a hold of the last surviving actress from it, which was Jimmy Stewart's youngest daughter in the film, Zuzu, who says the classic line, "Every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings." That's right. That's spot on.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah.
Zuzu.
And she was going to be...
Wasn't that the demon from The Exorcist?
Wasn't it the... No, Zool I was thinking of from
That's Ghostbusters.
Yeah, she was going to be the guardian angel of Jimmy Stewart's grandson or something like that. And I thought, why even bother? And then Paramount steps in last minute and says, no. We've got the rights to this, you don't, fuck off.
Just as well.
And that's it. That was the short story.
Oh.
But yeah, I did tell my story about Jimmy Stewart before. Should I again?
Yeah.
Might as well. I got to meet Jimmy Stewart when I was about 15. There was the Palm Springs Film Festival, first annual Palm Springs Film Festival. And there was a night, meet a Hollywood legend, and we got to see an evening with Jimmy Stewart. We'd ask him questions. Somebody asked who was the best director you worked with? And he'd go, Hitchcock, without a doubt. And then I stood up, who was the worst director you ever worked with? And he went, Hitchcock, without a doubt. But lovely guy. Somebody said, what was the last role you played? And he mentioned American Tail Part 2. Do you remember? Fievel Goes West.
Yeah.
What's that?
He was a voice.
Fievel Goes West. It's a cowboy American Tail, little mouse.
Yes.
And all that shit.
Yeah, I know.
And he played a bloodhound who was the sheriff of the local town, named Sheriff Wiley Burp. If you want to intimidate somebody, you gotta give them the lazy eye. No,
I didn't think so.
Don Bluth. It's the people that did like Secret of Nim and Land Before Time.
Yes, yeah. Oh, right.
All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Yeah.
All Dogs Go to Heaven.
You remember that one? Burt Reynolds and Dom DeLuise again.
Well, there they go.
Yeah.
Go, Bert.
But yeah, and I got to meet him afterwards. He stayed in the room and watched the film Harvey with us on the big screen, which was lovely. And I named my son after that film, based on that experience, pretty much, because I was a bit of goth dropout at the time. I met him. I realized, no, I want people to like me. And he was an extremely likable person.
Oh, well, there you go.
I said, it was very nice to meet you, Mr. Stewart. And he said, Jimmy, call me Jimmy. And what was your name? I said, Giles. And he said, Giles. What a wonderful name. I said, will you be my dad? And he said, no, I couldn't possibly do that, son.
You freaked it right out when you said that.
I bet a lot of people ask him that. I think it was Jim Carrey years ago. He had a
you asked him.
No, he had a comedy routine. If you wanted somebody with you at the end of the world, at the apocalypse, it would have to be Jimmy Stewart, because he'd look on the bright side. Well, looks like we're going to have ourselves a nuclear holocaust. Hey, everyone, come out the window! Look at that mushroom cloud. Isn't that beautiful?
he would see the good side and everything, old Jimmy. Oh, James.
Bless him.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about movie news, things.
Twilight Zone, the movie.
We were talking about Twilight Zone, the movie. Yeah, classic. And how old were you when you watched that, you said?
6 or 7.
I must have been around the same time I watched Jaws. I must have been about 7. It scared you, didn't it?
Well, the first bit when Dan Aykroyd turns around and is that monster.
That bit is
6-year-old.
Yeah.
That is bad.
Yeah.
The rest of the film isn't scary. I've had scary
And it's a shit mask. You look at it now, it's not a scary mask.
No.
It's just blue with fangs.
Yeah, but you don't think that when you're 6. You think, oh my god, he's turned around and he's turned into a monster. I'm not going to sleep for another month.
But the Spielberg bit in it, with the old people and the old folks home, that one was scary.
No, it wasn't.
No.
It wasn't.
The scariest bit would probably be that kid that could do anything and put people in Telly World and have them eaten by cartoons.
Yeah, that was a shit story. There was only actually 2 good stories, which was the first one, the Vic Morrow one, and the John Lithgow one, which was a remake itself. Because Shatner was originally that.
There's something on the wing.
Wing.
Something on some
thing
on the wing of this plane. And if you look at that original one, the thing on the plane looks like some sort of weird Eskimo.
Yeah, I know. It's odd.
It's really weird. It's not like the evil gremlin that
Eskimo.
Lithgow. There's an Eskimo on the wing of this plane. Inuit.
Where is it? Igloo.
But the John Lithgow one, that one was directed by Joe Dante, who did Gremlins.
Yeah.
And
love that film.
Oh, fucking classic.
That's a Christmas movie, that is.
Yeah.
Joe Dante, I loved his films. He did The Burbs.
Yeah.
The Explorers, didn't he?
The Explorers he did.
I love that film.
What was The Howling, the original Howling?
Did he?
Yeah.
The Hole. Is that a recent one?
Yes.
Did he do that?
I like that on a particular level.
Did he? Yeah, he did Gremlins 2 as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Joe Dante.
With Christopher Lee.
Yes.
Germs. This is my new batch of malaria. Oh, rabies. I've got rabies. I loved him in that.
Yeah.
Cute isn't he?
What?
Your love of the halfling's leaf.
It's me. I can't do it. No. No point. I'm not.
That's not happening.
Remember, I sent you that link to Christopher Lee's Christmas songs done with heavy metal. Yeah. I brought some gifts for you.
Yeah. He's 90 years of age.
Is that old?
Yeah.
I thought he must be knocking on a bit.
Yeah.
He's done over like
heavy metal,
200
two
movies.
heavy metal albums behind his belt. They're going for it flat out, and he's sort of opera singing over the top. The guy fucking rocks.
Yes.
He's amazing.
God, he must have
Oh,
made
little
a
town
serious
of
amount
Bethlehem.
of films.
Of Bethlehem.
He's done over 200 films. He did over 200 films about 40 years ago.
Yeah.
And he's still getting work as well. That's the thing, you know. He's never
From the
been out of
biggest
fashion, has he?
From the biggest directors of the time, fucking Tim Burton, Peter Jackson, everybody wants to work on it.
George Lucas.
George Lucas, I forgot about that.
What an incredible
Count
career.
Dooku.
I mean,
Spielberg he's worked for. You name it.
Yeah.
Robert Altman, he's done it.
well, when did he start acting? What sort of age?
Oh, fuck you know, Rob.
I think he started in the late 40s, and he was 6'3" or whatever, and because he's got like slightly Italian as well, he's so dark looking. They said you're too tall, you're too foreign, you won't get any work.
Right.
And they cast him as
yours, buddy.
Yeah, basically. They cast him as the creature in Hammer's first Frankenstein picture.
With Peter Cushing.
And then they had the same team for Dracula, and then as soon as he was Dracula, he became a worldwide name, and that's what it was. So he became the household name in the late 50s, early 60s.
Well, thinking about it, it is fitting that he was in Star Wars, even if it was the prequels.
Well, George Lucas said he wanted to have a villain that had the same stature as Alec Guinness's Obi-Wan. And it's the only actor he could think of. He said it has to be Christopher Lee. Tall, he's that sort of age.
Yeah.
Perfect. And when he's in
and then he has a sword fight with a leaping lizard.
He said he was 90.
He's about 90 now, yeah.
That's unbelievable.
89,
is he still working? I guess.
Yeah.
Well, he was in The Hobbit last year.
That's incredible.
He only does. He's in all the Hobbits. He filmed it all in one go.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, he was looking a bit decrepit, and they kind of like touched him up to make him look younger.
That's absolutely incredible, really. When you think about it.
Oh, definitely. No, he will. I'm sure he's not going to die because
he was in Dark Shadows.
He's a vampire.
He's in pretty much every film that Tim Burton's done in the last.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Is he in Alice in Wonderland?
Yeah, I think he is. I haven't seen it, but I think he is.
Oh, he's the Jabberwocky.
Well, there you go.
I remember that. Which never had any lines, as far as I remember. But
it does when it's Christopher Lee.
Okay. We're getting up to this section where we're running out of things to talk about, but not running out of things to talk about, where we got to in the last episode.
Yeah.
We were talking about bad ideas for films. I was going to talk about the sequel for a second of Transformers, but I've not liked any of the Transformers movies, really. Shia LaBeouf ruins it for me. When a bunch of robots fight each other, you don't really sure who you're meant to be rooting for because you can't tell.
Who's the bird in it?
Megan Fox.
She's hot, isn't
she?
And the first one.
And then she said some racist comments or something. No, she called
Michael Bay Hitler.
A Nazi, yeah.
That's right.
Or Hitler.
Steven Spielberg's Jewish.
And then they got some brand new chick in to be the love interest, which wasn't really needed at all.
The special effects in those films were incredible, though. The actual transformation.
When they're transforming, yeah. But once they start fighting, you just see metal banging against metal. You know what?
Yeah.
What the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
And it's a shaky camera angle.
Yeah, it's not great. Great for.
No. Not well directed, but well made, I guess.
Yeah,
anyways, but and Shia LaBeouf, I can't really get behind him as a hero ever. Is that written in the fucking script? Just for his...
Stutter here, Shire. LaBeouf.
Sam Witwicky. That's about it. He does it in fucking Indiana Jones as well, all the fucking time.
In everyday life when he's going shopping.
Yeah. I need some cereal. Whoa. I got a coupon for that. Well, Transformers 4 will not have him in it. We're so upset. It's got
Transformers 4.
Transformers 4 Age of Extinction.
Transformers 4.
Starring Mark Wahlberg.
What?
Yeah.
No.
What? No, man, we're not.
What was that film he was in? That was with the weightlifters.
What? No.
Oh, Pain and Gain.
Pain and Gain, yeah.
Again, directed by the director of Transformers and all the Transformers films, including this new one.
I did like The Rock in that film.
Now, I said to Rob in our last show, Transformers, he never really played with them. Did you, Luke, play with Transformers as a kid?
I did play. I did have an Optimus Prime, yeah.
Well done. I never could get an Optimus.
I got the Optimus Prime, and there was another one I had as well. It was an aeroplane, but that was a Decepticon, one. But
well, my favourite ones were the Dinobots.
I had a Dinobot as well.
Which Dinobot did you have?
It's the Triceratops.
It was probably Snarl or something
like that. And when you transformed him into a robot, he had massive shoes.
Yeah, they tended to.
Almost like orthopaedic shoes. It's like, oh, that's a shit robot, that is. He's got an orthopaedic shoe.
Forrest Gump shoes. Let me get you. But, well, the Dinobots are going to be in the next movie. That's why it's called Age of Extinction.
Are they going to... is it going to be that the Transformers came onto the Earth at the time of the original dinosaurs, so decided to transform into dinosaurs?
Because there were no cars around to transform into.
Exactly, and then they hid in the cave.
There could have been fucking, like, big ferns.
Yeah.
I'm trying to transform into this
volcano.
Volcano. That's how you know at prehistoric times. They had volcanoes back then.
Yeah, they did, yeah. You don't have them now so much.
Well, yeah, as far as... I remember the Pteranodon one, the flying one, was named Swoop. They all had S names, like Swoop, Snarl, Sludge.
Because in dinosaur times, they only have the letter S to start off.
Apart from the leader, Grimlock.
Yes,
who are the T-Rex?
Tyrannosaurus, yeah.
He's a T-Rex. I still have him.
Leader,
do you really?
Yeah,
sure, I
got to dig him out of a box somewhere.
Yeah, one of them.
Me, Grimlock, angry.
Yeah, I had the Triceratops. I think Mark had the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Nice one. They were sought after toys, but they're going to be coming back out because there's a new movie.
Right.
They'll probably look a bit different. But anyway, I think it'll be the best Transformers movie ever. That's not really saying much. Now, I wanted to run this idea for a film. I've just read the synopsis, and apparently it's been greenlit, and it just made me giggle. There's a SEAL team, right, that The Rock is in charge of, and a Navy SEAL team, not SEAL team, Navy SEAL team, and they go take out supernatural and demonic targets.
Can't they just get like a load of vicars to do it?
That are threatening America, okay? And then they leads them to discover that all these bad things can be attributed to one person, like Bin Laden, but worse, Satan.
Right. Okay.
Right. So the team, the name of the film is SEAL Team 666. And what I'm disappointed is that this film is getting made, and not Lobo, the movie, which was going to star The Rock.
Really?
Yes.
Lobo the movie?
They had that all ready to go.
Really?
What's Lobo?
That's like,
Lobo is a DC comic character.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's a bounty hunter. And he's what's known as the last Zarnian. In respects with Superman, he is the last one of his planet. But not because of anything like the planet blows up or anything. He actually killed every single person on his planet in order to be the last one.
As you do.
And it was a very peaceful planet, but he was the bad seed.
Right.
And no, he's a great character, hilarious character. Drives a big Harley Davidson in space and goes around taking missions.
As you do.
Yeah, but
they have Harley Davidsons in space then.
Well, he has his own sort of.
What did
version.
he get it from Earth?
It's a big chopper type thing with rockets on it.
Isn't actually Harley Davidson didn't make it themselves.
No.
Yeah.
Unless he came to Earth for like a quick pimp my ride sesh.
He might have done.
He might have done.
Yeah. Exhibit.
Oh shit! The one thing that I loved about his motorcycle is he had a guard on it that if anybody sat on it that didn't match his butt cheek contours, a spike would shoot out through the bottom of the seat.
Painful. So, well, if you've got the same butt cheek contours as The Rock, you're okay. Otherwise, yeah.
Oh, I don't know many who do, Rob.
Yeah. The Rock. He's not called The Rock for nothing.
Hey, your ass cheeks look like The Rock's. Thanks. Thanks, buddy.
You go and sit in his Harley Davidson and you won't get a spike up your ass. It sounds like a hell of a comic.
A little bit of celeb news.
Jordan's had another kid.
Has she?
Dunno.
Is it hers?
Dunno.
She's just had him in the street.
Yeah.
Gary Sinise. Do you know that name?
Yeah.
No.
Gary Sinise from Ransom, and he was in Forrest Gump.
He was in Forrest Gump. Lieutenant Dan.
Ah, yes. I know who he is.
Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan.
You got magic legs, Lieutenant Dan.
Jerry! Jeremy, I think I need a towel. Jerry.
This is Lieutenant Dan and his weird-looking wife, Jenny.
Jerry.
He has a band, a cover band, that he travels around America to the towns of veterans, people who've lost limbs in the wars, and his band, the Lieutenant Dan Band, goes from town to town raising money for these veterans to have smart houses, they're called, not magic legs. Though they should be spending the money on magic legs. Really.
Yeah.
The Lieutenant Dan Magic Band. They build them smart houses. So they just, with their iPod or whatever, iPhone, control every higher function in the house, like open the door just by talking into a little thing. It's a nice little concept. I read some nice news that a celebrity did, and I thought I'd share it. It's rather than somebody got busted fucking Zac Efron or anything like that.
That's nice news.
It was nice news. Gary Sinise doing something nice with his fame.
Yeah, that's cool.
He's on CSI as well.
Well done,
yes,
Gary.
Is, yeah.
Well done, Gary, lad.
Do you have any James Bond news for us?
Not really. James Bond.
What do we call this bit? Bond watching.
Bond watching. The only thing is, the Bond team that we know and love, or whatever, were not allowed to use the character Blofeld or Spectre in any way whatsoever because Kevin McClory had the rights for it. Go and look that up online. It's a long, tedious, whatever.
I didn't know anything about this.
They finally bought the rights back for Blofeld and Spectre. So, because there hasn't been a Blofeld and Spectre since it,
there was Quantum.
Yeah, they had to do that instead. But now they own Blofeld. So there's a big Wally Collie, whatchamacallit.
So whoever's written...
What do they call the rumour mill that it might be Blofeld as the villain in the next Bond film?
Well, whoever's probably already written the script has probably been asked to do a lot of rewrites.
Yeah. Can you? We've got the rights now. Can you change the name of the baddie to Blofeld? Yeah, all right.
Fair enough.
That's what he just rewrote.
So he had the rights to it. That's crazy.
He won it in a court of law. That's when they made Never Say Never Again, which wasn't a proper Bond film.
Right.
Wow, that was the only Bond film in recent years that had Blofeld and Spectre in it because he had the rights for whatever reason. But Bond Film Team and MGM or Sony or whatever it is have got it back now. They've got the rights back for Blofeld and Spectre. That's pretty much it.
Similar thing, you know the old Adam West Batman series?
Yeah.
That has never got a DVD release.
Really?
Because nobody owns it.
Well, if nobody owns it, surely you
can release it.
You can bring it out.
Well, who's going to release it? Nobody can obtain the rights to it.
Yeah.
And people got rights to show it on television, but nobody's got the rights to release it in any other format.
Yeah, right.
The Batman movie with Adam West
is the only one.
It's the only one they can do that because that was actually released by a company.
Right.
I see.
Which I think was Paramount at the time.
I didn't know that.
Which Warner Brothers would be like... See, Warner Brothers want to buy it, but they can't. Because they own Batman.
Right.
But they still don't have the Adam West Batman. It's the one they can't own.
We want it so badly. So they can bring out a box
I
set.
bet you want it, Warner Brothers!
Yeah. So they can bring out a great box set with that one.
Oh,
Tim Burton was in the...
I auditioned when you were making the Tim Burton one. Me and Jack Nicholson would have been brilliant.
They would have.
But no. Anyway, focusing on the Force, Star Wars news.
Bah, bah.
Harrison Ford is in every interview, whenever he is asked about Star Wars, always does almost my impersonation of him. Of, fuck off, Chewie. That's about it. He just mumbles until people stop asking him.
Yeah.
And it's annoying.
I can't say anything about it.
Bullshit.
Well, I'm going to be in the film. He's going to be in the film.
He's going to be in it.
He's going to play Han.
He's probably going to be in the whole next 3.
Han Solo. Han Solo. That's
Han.
Yeah.
Hand job.
Hand job.
Do you need a job that needs doing? Hand job.
Yeah. I'll do a job for you.
I'll do you a hand job.
I'm going to turn the ship around. Chewie.
Oh, that would have made it, that kiss in Empire Strikes Back so much better.
What if you kiss
When
Chewie?
he's going, I want a scoundrel. I want a quick hand job. Get me? Leia?
Hand job.
Yeah, hand job. I got a Wookiee bursting out.
Ex-Nero marks the spot. You wouldn't have liked it, Dad. There were rats down there.
The penitent man. Penitent man kneels before God. Penitent man.
Jehovah.
My son's a fucking idiot. I'm bleeding to death and he won't fucking kneel.
We named the dog and the other. Isn't it? You're named after a dog.
I had a lot of fond memories about that dog. Anyway, more Star Wars.
Says it a sinister way.
He never walked the same again. Ooh.
He had to ride a skateboard for the rest of his life. Anyway, more different Star Wars news. The writer of the script has been officially shit-canned.
Oh.
Michael Arndt. Who Arndt.
Michael isn't.
It was him and Lawrence Kasdan writing it together, and apparently they didn't like where Michael Arndt was going. He was the writer of Toy Story 3.
Okay, you're right.
I think he's got a film out now.
Why didn't they like the way he was going?
I don't know, but they're going to use the sort of building blocks he has and build more on it. Lawrence Kasdan and J.J. Abrams himself are now in charge of the script.
Right.
But Lawrence Kasdan is the good thing about this script, because he is the writer of Empire Strikes Back.
He had nothing to do with
And
the
Return of the Jedi and Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
So, yeah, keep this guy on. He's fine, but get rid of the movie. We don't need Toy Story 3 in this movie. So,
True.
But he also wrote Little Miss Sunshine.
Well, he's got good pedigree.
Yeah. But Star Wars?
Yeah.
For Little Miss Sunshine, Toy Story 3, Star Wars.
Yeah.
You know, maybe maybe he went a bit too in depth to the characters more than they're used to with Star Wars. Yeah. They're pretty two-dimensional.
Two-dimensional. Yeah.
3-dimensional. Superhero news. A lot. Well, we haven't talked about Batfleck at all.
Pretty much
We
top.
Last thing we talked about is that Batman and Superman was going to get made.
Yeah.
Man of Steel 2, Batman
Man
versus Superman.
Yeah, we'll have a fight.
Versus Superman.
That's what they're calling
Superman
it at the
can
moment.
lift the house up. You can just flick Batman and Batman will break his back.
Yeah, it's pretty much almost immortal, isn't
Especially
it?
now that Batman's really. Ben Affleck, he's even more of a puff. You blow him over. Yeah, that's the end of the film. No, Giles has shown me a picture.
Yeah, Batman is human for a start, which is it's a total downfall.
Okay, I'm the Bat fan, so I'll say Batman kicks Superman's ass any day.
No, that's not possible.
It's happened several times.
Yeah, in a comic, we're talking about real
just one
things
time.
Films.
He's got a kryptonite ring and he's punching Superman in the face.
Well, yeah, if he's got a kryptonite ring,
that's nothing.
Yeah, but you can't just go to the shop and buy a kryptonite ring, can you?
I will show you the film Dark Knight Returns, the animated version that DC came out with earlier this year, based on the Frank Miller graphic novel Dark Knight Returns. Absolutely brilliant. Superman gets his ass handed to him by Batman. But Batman has got all this fucking great kit and stuff like that.
But you just...
And back up with a little bit of kryptonite as well.
If you're super, you just fucking fly away.
Yeah!
You'd be like, fuck
you
this.
Fucking fly.
You can fly. You'd be like, oh, fuck this, I'm not doing it. I'm
I'm out of here.
In
man.
this, the president has sent him to take Batman down, so he has to... He's out looking for Batman.
Well, you're Superman, he just I don't care what the president's done.
I'm
flying away.
I'll go Superman.
I'll go to my ice house in the Arctic Circle. I'll go there.
His Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah, I'll go there, right? Take Batman out ages to get there, like a couple of days. And then as soon as he gets there, just fly
transport
back.
shit as well.
Batman always finds a way. Yeah, that's why he's Batman.
Batman.
The Batman.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
if he didn't have a ring, he'd lose a fight. Because Superman can lift up a carrot with one thing.
We can leave orbit.
I will
fly off.
After we're done recording this. After we're done recording this, I will show you Batman kick Superman's ass, and you will believe it.
All right, then. All right.
And it's Peter Weller as Batman, RoboCop, so you believe it even more.
Well,
I'm not convinced.
Because the fucker can fly.
But will you be convinced on Ben Affleck as Batman?
No.
Really? I said no to begin with.
Oh, I don't know. It depends how he plays it, really. But
well, somebody pointed out to me that he's not going to take the role thinking, oh, I could really fuck this up.
True.
I'm going to ruin this franchise. Oh, I can't wait to do that. Yeah. He's going to put...
He's got the jaw for it.
After Argo and shit like that, I think he's going to put some depth into it.
Yeah, I don't know if he can do the coldness, because...
You think he'd make a good Bruce Wayne?
I think he did... Yeah, the Bruce Wayne part I can see, but with Christian Bale's thing, he was just cold when he was emotionally quite just a really cold
I think
character. And I don't know if Ben Affleck can really deliver that sort of... Well, he's not going to do it the same, is he?
I'm actually thinking he might actually... I haven't found my Batman yet, apart from the animated series. That was my Batman. When I read the comics, that's the voice I hear when I read the comics.
Yeah, I know what you
from
mean.
the Arkham games as well, that guy. Kevin Conroy, his name is.
I'm not going to hold judgment because I think that...
you have to wait and see.
I remember when Heath Ledger was cast as a Joker, and I thought, what? Him off home and away? Fuck that. And then he was brilliant.
Yeah, he was really good, yeah.
So...
I do like...
He was no Cesar Romero!
Nicholson's one was also very good, though. Jack Nicholson's.
Completely different performances.
But both very good.
But I never bought Michael Keaton as Batman. He's like 5'4".
Yeah, exactly. He's got curly hair.
Yeah.
I liked Michael Keaton.
Now, Adam West, on the other hand...
6'3".
Was he?
I don't know.
He's a top man, Adam West.
Yeah, he's Batman.
I never bought Val Kilmer.
Michael
I never
Keaton,
bought George Clooney.
It's kind of
Christian
odd casting,
Bale
though.
was good, but wasn't my Batman. And I always had a problem with him doing the voice around people like Alfred.
Yeah,
which I brought up on the last show.
That was a ridiculous kind of voice. I'll give you that.
And there's that.
Master Wayne, I know who you are.
There's that
so don't keep doing that bloody boy. You're ruining it out of gold.
But there's that bit in Dark Knight Rises when he's talking to Catwoman on a rooftop of a building, and there's a police helicopter, and he turns to look and says, "Miss Kyle," and turns, and she's gone. And there's nobody there, and he still goes, "So that's what that feels like." Just go, "Oh, so that's what that feels like."
Well,
there's nobody there.
If you're Batman, right, you know, because he might have thought, right, there might be somebody hiding behind a wall, so I better keep doing the voice.
I think he puts a peg around his trachea in that bat suit that forces him to talk like that. Yeah. Maybe in the Batman, the next one, they'll find a reason to do that. Like Batman can have like a voice disguiser in part of his cowl.
Yeah.
The technology is there. But anyway, I digress.
You could have one with different accents, couldn't you?
Yeah. Buenos noches, I am the Batman.
You could have a Brummie Batman. I've come to rescue you. Are you in distress?
Oh, the Joker.
Yeah, I'm going to quick note ring. I eat. I'm going to have you.
Wham your babby.
Wham your batty.
Don't go flying off to your house. Come here now, I'm going to take you down.
Take you down.
You're going down, Superman. I'm going to take you down now. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, why not? Waff.
Yeah, that'll work.
Dean. Waff.
I've always wanted a waff.
A waff of what?
Oh, what?
Kevin Smith, who I listen to quite a lot on his podcast and everything, was doing a special that my friend TJ watched live on Yahoo. It was a Man of Steel special.
Man of Steel.
Man of Steel. Superman. Talking to Zack Snyder, Amy Adams, who played Lois Lane, and Henry. Is it Cavill or Cavill? I've been saying it both.
Me too. I do a bit of both. Cavill, Cavill.
He was beamed by satellite from London. Did you know he was in Aberystwyth the other day?
No.
They were filming scenes from Man from U.N.C.L.E.
In Aberystwyth?
The movie in Aberystwyth. They were...
What the hell? Are they doing
filming?
Yeah, Aberystwyth's quite near where we're recording now. So.
I was born there. Hang on, wait.
Me too.
Wait. Shit off. They're filming scenes with Armie Hammer in fucking Aberystwyth.
Yes.
What the hell?
I know. I have no idea what scenes or why. But, yes.
I'm going to look that up, I think.
Armie Hammer and Henry Cavill were in Aberystwyth just 2 weeks ago.
Oh, weird.
Superman was in... Superman and the Lone Ranger were in...
How'd you know that?
Some friends of mine I work with were there.
They weren't just visiting.
No, they were filming. A lot of Aberystwyth was shut down for the filming.
Really?
Yeah.
That's bizarre.
Yeah.
What next? Mission Impossible 5 is being made.
And then then your brother was there last week and saw a TARDIS and a bunch of Daleks, which is a bit strange as well. Walking around the streets of Aberystwyth. But yeah, I digress. Again.
A Hulk film made in Raider. A big green burly man walks around. Won't look any different.
That's
the last place to look for Bruce Banner.
Yeah, they all look like that. Sorry, TJ.
I was in Nam.
And
Dinam. Yeah. But Kevin Smith was doing this show, live streaming interview with all those guys from Man of Steel. And he kept hinting at, tell us some Batman stuff, tell us some Batman Superman stuff, because Zack Snyder will be directing that as well. And they wouldn't do anything apart from showing some obscure artwork and saying, yes, Batman is definitely going to be Batman. That was about all they had to say on it. But apparently, listening to one of Kevin Smith's podcasts he did in front of a live audience, he mentioned that Zack Snyder pulled him off to the side after they finished filming and said, I need to show you something on my phone. And he was expecting like it was a
Picture
picture
of his cock.
Picture of his cock. And he whipped his dick out. Had a big ass on it. I need to show you something. This is a big shit I had this morning. It was amazing.
It got 8.9 on Rate
And
My
it was
Shit.
a picture...
Rate my shit.
Rate my shit.
Yeah. I posted one on
RateMyPoo.com.
Is that an actual site?
Yeah, it is.
We're giving them
me.
free publicity now.
Yeah. Go to it. I sent mine in the other day and they said I should go to the doctors.
The picture on his phone was a picture of the Batsuit. And Kevin Smith, who has a podcast called Fat Man on Batman, immediately hugged Zack Snyder. But it wasn't just the Batsuit, it was Ben Affleck in the Batsuit. And as we know, Kevin Smith and Ben Affleck are old friends.
Chums.
Yeah, they haven't talked in a while, he mentions on this interview when he's talking about the Batsuit. But I think the last thing he said to him was an email that said, "You're going to have some reporters coming to talk to you about working with me because I've got Argo coming out. Could you not mention Jersey Girl?" He's like, okay, I'll do my best not to. That was about it.
If I was Kevin Smith, that's the first thing I'd mention.
Yeah, mention other films that he didn't direct that were just as bad, like Gigli.
Yeah.
Do you remember
or
that?
his wife.
Yeah. Well, Jenny Lopez was in Jersey Girl, but only like the first 5 minutes because she dies while giving childbirth.
Right, okay.
But when I found out Luke had a little girl, I kept thinking of Jersey Girl, and I kept thinking when my kid was about to be born, didn't know if it was a boy or a girl, I kept referencing Jersey Girl, how to and not to care for a little girl. And for some reason, it does get you ready for being a dad, that film. If you're gonna, well, especially if your wife dies, but that's the only reason.
True.
But yeah, he said on his podcast that when he said it had a very something edge to it, this costume, they beeped out what he said. But another website has spoken to somebody who was in that audience and found out that the reference he made was Jim Lee, and Jim Lee was a particular, in fact, when I say particular artist, he is now the chief editor, co-editor of DC Comics.
Okay.
And he's a great artist. Look up his stuff. Just Google it, Jim Lee Batman, and you will see a picture of roughly what the next Bat costume looks like. If you play the Arkham games, it's going to kind of look a bit like that. It's grey,
charcoal,
and black. Yeah. And we've never seen this costume before. No nipples on it whatsoever, like Schumacher put on it. Not a single nipple.
How disappointing.
Ah. And there was a rumor going around that Robin was going to be in it, and that some other actor was up for the role, but he said no, that didn't happen. Absolutely.
Ex-Bond Bond news.
Yeah.
There's a rumor mill that Timothy Dalton was going to play Alfred, but play it as Alfred is more of a head of security of Wayne Foundation who looks after and trains Bruce because he was ex-SAS.
Well, yeah, that's an old concept they've done with Alfred in the comics. Yeah.
Whether that's going to happen, I don't know. Sounds pretty cool.
I'd love to see Timothy Dalton as Alfred.
Yeah, that would be good.
Oh.
But as not so much a butler as an ex-forces man who trains him up. Yeah, that
sounds good.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, that storyline was from Batman Earth 1, if you ever read that, where Alfred is ex-SAS.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, it's good, it's good. And there's a cartoon series based on that as well right now.
Right.
Alfred's a skinhead.
Oh, cool.
He's training Bruce every morning. He's like Kato from Pink Panther.
I got you.
He just attacks randomly. Bruce Wayne's fast asleep. Do not attack, Kato!
Brilliant.
Anyway, so about films we've seen recently. What have you seen? You watched Elysium this morning, you mentioned earlier.
I did. I watched Elysium. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it as well. Luke, what did you think?
I liked it.
You liked it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
It's an enjoyable film.
I have certain problems with it. I did love the bad guy, Charlotte Copley, that guy.
I want the wolf.
I want the wolf. but I thought he was a bit too bad. It was like he was trying to win an award for let's see how unappealing I could possibly be. And ticked every fucking box. Like, oh, little girl, I'll unnecessarily touch hair.
Yeah.
Oh, her. I'll start rubbing myself against her.
I want you to be my wife.
My wife.
Yeah. I want the wife.
But, yeah, it was bleak.
Very bleak.
Luke mentioned to me earlier he likes futuristic films where the Earth sucks.
Yeah, I do, and it's just...
It worked in Wall-E.
It just looks like a shithole.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I like that.
Yeah. But Elysium was the polar opposite. It was bliss, paradise, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I thought Elysium was a planet until I watched the film. It's a man-made structure in space.
I thought they ripped off a video game with Elysium.
What?
Mass Effect. Anybody who's played Mass Effect will most likely agree with me. The Elysium looks like a place called the Citadel, and it's on a big spiral thing,
right.
And there's all these lovely habitats and everything, and it looks exactly the same, except the one in Mass Effect was purple.
Right.
But besides that, I thought Jodie Foster was really fucking weird in it.
She just
was she trying to be like
English?
Every accent?
Yes.
It didn't work.
Yeah.
And it made her look like a bad actress, which she isn't.
It was almost like she took acting lessons from Carrie Fisher.
Yeah. She needed to play it as an American and not put an accent on it. It didn't work at all. I think now that she's actually come out as a lesbian, it's taken all her acting powers away.
Yeah.
Maybe the Samson Strong long hair thing was her coming out.
Yeah.
Now she can't act.
To quote Ricky Gervais, I haven't seen Jodie Foster's Beaver, and I don't know a lot of men who have, but that doesn't mean it's not any good.
We've got to get him back on the Golden Globe.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, especially when he said going into homophobia again. I'm not really, just he said about he goes what's the name of the film with Jim Carrey and Ewan McGregor? Excuse me. I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry or something like that.
No, it wasn't that. What was the one? You've seen it.
What's that?
Ewan McGregor and Jim Carrey's gay lovers.
Yeah, they said it's two heterosexual actors pretending to be gay.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of the film.
And then he said, what, the polar opposite to some famous Scientologist actors that we know then. And everyone went, ooh. Because checked out my lawyers, I can't be done for. Because he hasn't said anyone's name. But everyone was squirming.
Here's Ashton Kutcher's dad, Bruce Willis.
Now, I like a drink as much as the next man. Unless you are Mel Gibson.
Well, he's working again, so he's not too bad.
Stay off the sauce, Mel.
What other films have you seen recently? I can't really think of anything. Seen Lone Ranger, and I liked it as much as I liked the first Pirates of the Caribbean.
So you didn't like it?
No, I did like it,
right.
But I probably won't like anything after it.
Right.
And yeah, my kid really loved. My kid loved Lone Ranger. He thought it was great. He loved Johnny Depp as Tonto.
Good.
Especially.
Good.
And to tell you the truth, it was essentially his show, and the horse. The horse was awesome.
Yeah.
I adored Silver.
Silver. Hi-ho, Silver. Lone Ranger. That's the lyrics to the theme tune to Boo, the 80s TV series.
Sung by John Bon Jovi, because it really sounded like Blaze of Glory.
It was pre-Blaze of Glory. I think John Bon Jovi nicked Blaze of Glory off the Boone theme tune. Luke will remember Boone.
Luke's gone to the loo.
He's gone to the looetry.
We'll talk about it when he comes back. But yeah, Lone Ranger, I did enjoy it. It was a popcorn action film. It was silly. It was nonsense.
Yeah.
But it was fun, and it wasn't. I was shocked it was Disney, because there was a scene where the main bad guy cuts out somebody's heart and eats it.
Right.
And trying to avoid my kid seeing that bit was a bit complicated. But what did you want to ask Luke about? He's back now.
Do you remember the 80s TV series Boone? Hi-ho, Silver!
Is it Michael Elphick?
Yes, you do, yeah. Gloria, we're riding on now to rescue me. Yeah, anyway, sorry.
His theory was that John Bon Jovi stole the idea for Blaze of Glory from that theme tune.
Yeah. 100% rip-off. Hardly like me. Don't you know John Bon Jovi's a massive Boone fan?
I didn't.
You do now.
What else? Have you seen The Wolverine yet?
I haven't seen The Wolverine.
Yeah, that's quite good.
Somebody said it was their, out of all the X-Men films, it was the one that was the least favourite from last, and that was X-Men Origins.
Wolverine Origins, that's fucking awful.
Yeah.
But this one,
Shame, really.
I thought this one was alright.
Deadpool's in it, though, I think.
Yeah. And they didn't have his mask, and they made him really stupid at the end.
Yeah.
Deadpool. But they've been working on trying to make a Deadpool movie for some time, but can't really get it off the ground.
Right.
But yeah, this one was good. There's a Frank Miller storyline. He's in Japan.
Right.
Yeah, it's cool. I recommend it.
I suppose he could, if he's in Japan, it's handy at the sushi bars because he could just get his claws out and he doesn't have to move really far, does he? He can just reach the sushi with his claws.
Oh, there's I just remembered something. Somebody wanted us to talk about the reunion of Monty Python.
Monty's Python?
Yes, the Monty's Python.
Yeah. Well, you should ask Terry Jones because he frequents this town.
Yeah, I've seen him in the street. And I have always stifled the urge to shout, he's not Messiah.
Well, Garth had him in the pub, and I said, "Oh, did you speak to him?" I said, "No, I just pretended he was a normal person."
I got him to autograph my Holy Grail DVD. I must admit, and he wrote a little mouth bubble next to his character. Said, "Hi, Giles," written in it and everything. He was a really nice man.
Wait, have you got it here?
Yeah, it's up there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, that's it. How did you have that on you when you?
No, well, he had a special night at the Minerva Centre up at the top of town, where he was doing his medieval inaccuracies show. No one ever thought the world was flat. It's complete bollocks. Just stuff like that, really, and what chivalry really meant.
Right.
It wasn't really that good.
Right.
There was a lot of raping and stuff like that. That's what chivalry really was.
Right.
But and the word got misconstrued. But a lot of people came with stuff to sign, and he signed my Monty Python book and my Holy Grail DVD.
Yeah.
And he's a very nice man, and I've seen him since, and he's still a very nice man now. Didn't remember my name, but that's fine.
Doesn't matter.
But yeah, Monty Python getting back together. I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah, well, we'll be.
John Cleese says he can't do any more silly walks because not with my new hip and knee.
Yeah. They're going to do a film, apparently.
I heard a rumor about this a long time ago. They were going to do an animated film that Michael Palin and Terry Jones wrote, and it was about an alien that gives some human the power to do absolutely anything they could think of, like the power of God or something like that. And they had Eddie Izzard was going to be in it as well, and Robin Williams as a talking dog.
Right.
So
could happen.
And all the Python guys were in on it as well. But I heard that about 2 years ago.
Right. Okay.
And haven't heard anything about it since. I had a title and everything ready to go, but it never happened.
Monty's Python.
The Monty's Python.
Yeah. Like the Maltese Falcon.
That was the only and Young Ones was the only peek into British humour I had as a child living in America.
Okay.
My parents.
That's a pretty good one.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. I think Monty's Python was pretty universal.
And that and Benny Hill. My dad and my stepfather since are both massive Benny Hill fans, but my stepdad doesn't get Monty Python. What's to fucking get? It's ridiculous. That's what's great about it.
Right. Monty's.
No, Monty Python. And I had a request to do a voice, and it said do the Joker.
Go on then.
But I actually messaged this person back and said, be more specific. Which Joker do you want? And they said Mark Hamill.
Right.
The Mark Hamill Joker. And because this person is a comic book fan, I will read an excerpt.
All right. Okay, yeah.
From The Killing Joke, Alan Moore's Killing Joke, which has been rumored DC are wanting to make an animated version of. But it's probably the darkest and most controversial.
Yeah, is it raping and stuff in it?
Well, no raping. He shoots Batgirl. Well, he shoots Batgirl, cripples her,
right,
and kidnaps Commissioner Gordon, strips him down naked, leads him through a fun house, and with pictures of his dead naked daughter, well, not dead naked, but bleeding naked daughter, all over the walls and stuff, and making him see this, trying to prove a point that all you have to do to be a completely apeshit crazy is have one bad day.
Right.
Essentially it.
Okay.
And there's a little speech that Joker gives to Commissioner Gordon as he's leading him into the funhouse, being stripped down naked and being led into the funhouse by some dwarves that look like they're on acid.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
It's a pretty fucked up story. And if you read into it, it's technically like the last Joker story. Batman pretty much kills Joker at the end of this. So.
Right, okay.
But Mark Hamill
as
the Joker
Giles Hall
in The Killing Joke. Remembering's dangerous. I find the past such a worrying, anxious place. The past tense, I suppose you should call it. Memories so treacherous. One moment you're lost in a carnival of delights with poignant childhood aromas, the flashing neon of puberty, all that sentimental candy floss. The next, it leads you somewhere you don't want to go, somewhere dark and cold, filled with the damp, ambiguous shapes of things you were hoped you'd forgotten.
Newtown.
Memories can be vile, repulsive little brutes, like children, I suppose. But can we live without them? Memories are what our reason is based upon. If we can't face them, we deny reason itself. Although, why not? We aren't contractually tied down to rationality. There is no sanity clause. So when you find yourself locked onto an unpleasant train of thought, heading for the places in your past where the screaming is unbearable, remember, there's always madness. Madness is the emergency exit. You can just step outside and close the door on all those dreadful things that happened. You can lock them away forever. Thank you.
Hello, Giles.
I've been wanting to do that for a while. I love that speech as well.
Good job. Somebody requested it.
Somebody requested it. Indeed.
I think
we can end there.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Luke, for stopping by.
Thank you very much.
Please come and get it. It's 50 quid. 50 quid to sit in on a live slapping each.
If you brought more, it would have been less.
Yeah. Totally. Right. Goodbye from me.
Goodbye and good night from me as well.
Luke, would you like to say goodbye?
See ya.
I said goodbye. You got to say goodbye. See ya is not acceptable.
Oh, right, okay. Goodbye.
Right, that's okay.
Ta.
Goodbye. Don't say see ya. Goodbye.